They called him a monster, the shooter, the face of another tragedy. But that's not how the story begins. Because no one is born holding a gun. They grow into it. His name, Zecqueouse Morgan Thompson, 21 years old. No criminal record. No clear history of violence. Just another young man from Chester County trying to find his place in a world that seems to have no room left. Until one night, he found himself at the center of a national headline. And America did what it always does best. It judged, it posted, it moved on. But if you listen closely, really listen, you'll hear the echoes that led him to that moment. Because this story isn't about evil, it's about erosion. That slow, silent decay of guidance, community, and truth. Zecqueouse was the middle child in a house that barely stood. A father gone before he could say college. A mother juggling shifts, bills, and silence. He grew up with a cracked phone, borrowed dreams, and an internet that told him who he should be. The internet taught him confidence. Those videos and trends taught him anger and envy. And when you're young, broke, and invisible, envy feels like oxygen. He didn't go to Lincoln University. He was visiting, invited by a friend. Just another face in the crowd that night. But when the party turned chaotic, when tempers flared and pride took over, Zecqueouse became the name everyone would remember. The police said they found a gun. The headlines said he fired it. But what they didn't say was how he got there. Weeks before that night, messages appeared in his phone. Group chats filled with boasts, threats, and dares. Digital bravado, the kind that feeds on insecurity. Someone insulted him online. Screenshots went around. In a culture where ego is everything, walking away from insults means losing more than respect. It means losing identity. So he didn't walk away. He showed up, like too many others before him, armed not with wisdom, but with what he thought was power. Here's the truth most people won't say out loud. The gun wasn't his weapon. It was his voice. In a world that never listened, he found something that made people stop, look, and fear. And that's the poison of our time, the illusion that fear equals respect. Zecqueouse didn't plan a massacre. He planned to be seen, to finally be someone. But the night spiraled as they always do. A scuffle, a flash, a scream, and then a life ended. Not just the victim's, but his too. When the police lights faded, America had its villain. The networks replayed his mugshot again and again, frozen, wide-eyed, empty. Social media dissected his past, his posts, his family. Everyone wanted a reason. A few wanted the truth. Because the truth is uncomfortable. We failed him long before he failed us. We created a world that glorifies chaos, sells aggression as entertainment, and mocks vulnerability as weakness. We built a culture that rewards loudness over listening. We made fame from foolishness and left our young men to drown in the noise. Zecqueouse was not a monster. He was a mirror, cracked, yes, but reflecting a world that taught him the wrong lessons. Days after, Lincoln University mourned. The campus held vigils. Candlelight flickered against stone buildings older than the Civil War. Students prayed for peace. Professors wept quietly in their offices. And Jada, the girl whose video caught it all, couldn't sleep. She kept replaying the sound. Not the gunshot, but the silence after. She felt the world itself had stopped breathing. The campus tried to return to normal. But the laughter was forced now, the hallways heavier. Because when violence touches learning, something sacred dies. Meanwhile, on the internet, hashtags trended. Outrage spiked, then faded. There were speculations, misinformation, conspiracy theories. Some blamed the school. Some blamed the music. Others blamed fatherless homes. Everyone had an answer. No one had a solution. In that chaos, the real questions vanished. Why do so many young men carry emptiness like an armor? Why are guns easier to find than hope? Why is it easier to share pain online than to heal it offline? These aren't questions for Zecqueouse alone. They're questions for all of us. In his cell, waiting for trial, Zecqueouse stopped talking, stopped eating much, stopped defending himself. He told his public defender only one thing: "I didn't mean to shoot anyone. I just wanted them to stop laughing at me." Those words would never make the news. They didn't fit the headline, but they tell us everything, because that's the voice of a generation taught to equate ridicule with ruin. The voice of boys who don't know how to lose without breaking. The voice of a culture where humiliation spreads faster than compassion. And now another truth. There are thousands of Zecqueuses across America. Not all of them carry guns. Some carry resentment, some depression, some silence. They scroll through lives they'll never live, measure worth in filters and followers, and wonder if anyone would notice if they disappeared. Our schools can teach calculus and coding, but who's teaching empathy? Our governments debate budgets, but who's rebuilding broken homes? Our churches preach forgiveness, but who's listening to the lonely? It's easier to punish than to understand. Easier to blame than to fix. Easier to lock up one boy than to confront the system that built him. If Jada is ever called to testify, she may say something that silenced the courtroom. We were all there to celebrate success, but we brought our failures with us. And she may be right. Every failure of family, education, policy, and culture, they all met that night, in the same parking lot under the same fireworks. The bullet was just the final act. America and world keep searching for solutions in the smoke. More metal detectors, more cameras, more cops. But no amount of surveillance can replace guidance. No wall can protect a soul already lost. Until we teach our children how to be seen without violence, until we make compassion louder than chaos, we'll keep meeting ourselves in these stories, over and over again. Somewhere tonight, another Zecqueouse is scrolling, feeling forgotten, feeling small, waiting for a chance to prove something. And maybe if he hears this story, maybe if someone reaches him first, the next homecoming won't end with sirens. Because redemption doesn't begin in the courtroom. It begins in the community. This is True Shadows Real, and this is part 2 of the story. But it doesn't end here. The next chapter uncovers what the media won't show, how the aftermath of violence reshapes a university, and whether America can still heal from the scars it refuses to admit. Because sometimes the loudest sound after a gunshot is the silence that follows.